So today, like, I'm getting ready for the show. It's crazy. I was getting ready for the show. I just, looking through my, scrolling through, right, my timeline on YouTube, but you couldn't call it a timeline, right? My home screen. And I saw, because you see the live shows, I saw there was a woman with a live show about Will and Jada. Will and Jada live show. Will and Jada exclusive. Will and Jada convo. I'm like, okay, so Will and Jada going to be on here. Right? No, this, and I said, damn, it had 28,000 people watching it. I said, wow. I know there was something about Will and Jada on Facebook. We should do the red table or something. She on YouTube too? I look at some person talking about Will and Jada. 28,000 people are watching someone talk about what we just saw. It's like The Walking Dead. They were so popular they did Talking Dead after The Walking Dead. So after Jada and Will's tell-all, there was a talking about the tell-all, where now this person will come up and just curse a lot and talk about what you just saw and tell you what you just saw. And it's all about somebody else's relationship and what she think about their relationship. Now, look, it's bad enough that probably 100,000, that's probably modest number, right? It's bad enough. Probably about 500,000 people watched Jada Pinkett and Will Smith talk about an affair she had years ago. That's bad enough. But we got damn near 30,000 people talking about watching somebody else talk about it. And it just really, I'm laughing, man, but it's sad to me. It's shameful. It's shameful. It's pathetic. We couldn't get 5,000 people to give a damn about Voting Rights Act. We couldn't get 10,000 people to care enough about Ahmaud Arbery. Not in an online vigil. We couldn't get 20,000 people to give a flying flip about Breonna Taylor. Online. I'm talking about online. Stop everything to watch, not a press conference, not the actual thing. Do you really think if I did a show about Breonna Taylor, Ahmaud Arbery, George Floyd, I don't know, Tony Temper, anyone who's been murdered by cops, any situation, social issues, hell, political issues. 28,000 is a lot of people to watch somebody else talk. You think I could get 10,000 people to listen to me talk about the need for us to get out to vote in South Carolina? I know I couldn't, Johnson. I know there's no way I could get 20,000 people together for that. Not online. Me. And what I'm saying is our priorities are so scratched up. They're so botched up. It's so horrific. It ain't even got nothing to do with Will and Jada Smith. It has to do with what the priority, the consciousness of Americans are. It's everywhere except where it needs to be. It's everywhere except where it needs to be. For 2 seconds, we gave the same amount of attention to trivial bullshit. Listen, look, I understand people are curious by nature, celebrity. Oh, it's great, I get that, right? These aren't even the celebrities. These are people talking about the celebrities. Get what I'm saying? Not only celebrity, not only is it trivial that a married couple has to discuss a relationship, a separation. They were separated and somebody had a relationship while they were separated, which is pretty common. But not only is it trivial for those two people to discuss that publicly and that become a big story everywhere where they got to discuss it publicly, how horrible is it now? Even the people that talk about it get fame off it. Now, I know how the media works. I'm part of it. But people give me crap. Now I got to make it about me, right? People give me crap about talking about, I don't know, Karens. At least Karens are socially relevant to a point in time where People are hypersensitive. Something's going on in this country where people are being exposed for using race, weaponizing race, using the police. That's a thing. That's not a made-up thing. That's not just some shit we just say. People have died behind other people weaponizing the police, knowing what they're doing when they do that, when they make those calls. There are people like, well, Tim, why you make a video about that? Why you make a video about that? There are people making videos about Will Smith and Jada Pinkett right now getting 20 times the viewership about trivial shit. You don't know what trivial is if you think that's trivial. To talk about what's going on in our society, not a person's personal relationship who don't affect you at all, got nothing to do with you, got nothing to do with your children, got nothing to do with the world, has to do with their personal relationship. I'm not saying this is indicative of any one group. There are, I'm sure right now, there's somebody watching somebody do a video of a prank that has, I don't know how many people watch it. I get it. So I'm not picking on black folks who care about this, because I'm sure there's some white folks talking about a gaming marathon of something, Call of Duty or something, and there's 40,000. Don't get it twisted. I saw Joe Rogan talk with Alex Jones about absolutely nothing, and it was about 100,000. So I'm not saying that any group's better than any other group. So let's be true. Let me make sure you understand that, because I don't want people to think I'm dumping on any particular group, because all groups are guilty of it. All right, all groups do their thing, but it's just, for some reason, the way it landed in my soul and my spirit, man, was like, wow. I had an interview today. I aired the video of Michael Moore. Somebody in my comment section on Facebook kept posting how they didn't care about Michael Moore. They don't care about celebrities. And that I was wasting my time. No. Being a person of 28,000 people, watching someone else talk about Jada Pinkett in a relationship Jada Pinkett and Will Smith had, that's a waste of time, Johnson. Tim Black bringing on a surrogate for Bernie Sanders, one of the leading documentary filmmakers of all time in America, one of the most notable, that's not a waste of time. You just don't like him. But that's not a waste of time. Me bringing on any of these people that I brought on, whether it's Cornel West, at some point people got to respect it. But they don't have to respect it. That's the point. They don't value this shit. I could bring on Dr. Cornel West and get 3,000 people, maybe. Lucky, if I'm lucky. Bring on Senator Nina Turner, get a couple thousand people. 28,000 people. Bring on Reverend Barber, how many people I get? Get what I'm saying? Get where I'm going? And it just feels like people say they want change in this country. People say they want a lot of shit. They talk about what they need. They talk about what the country doesn't give them. They talk about what the government doesn't provide. But we are all distracted and we're all bogged down in things that are very trivial. Very trivial. You don't understand trivial until you stop looking at us, independent media, and look at what the rest of the world's talking about. What you think Russiagate was? That's trivial. A fallacy, a made-up thing exploded, exaggerated 20 times over, and kept your attention for 3 years. That makes Jada Pinkett and Will Smith sound great. At least that's a real thing. Now I just ruined my whole gripe, right? And every network was involved, not just somebody on YouTube. Okay, so yeah, I'm making bigger. I'm exaggerating a little bit how bad it is. But at the moment, at the time, it just felt bad. It felt like I'm gearing up to do this show, and look at this. I couldn't get these people to pull away from what this lady's opinions are of Jada to talk about real shit if I paid them. Because they don't care about that. And it's sobering. And it always keeps you humble. It makes you realize no matter what you do to the vast many, and I mean that, the vast many, it just makes you appreciate those that care, those that are engaged, those that are trying to change this country, those that are trying to actually fix things from our election practices, our ballot access. to defunding the police. You think those people would show up for a defund the police explanatory live stream about it? No. Not 28,000, Johnson. No. So when people do, and they are sharing this information, not just for themselves, but they're sharing it with their friends, when they're exposing the world to it, man, when they care about these issues, when you do what you do, which is you go to Facebook groups and you post about it. You could be talking about who slept with who and who dated what and who dropped the new this and who, and don't get me wrong, everybody likes to have fun sometimes. But are we really in a fun having time for real, for real? Like, is that it? That's what we are, that's what we doing? For the last, do you realize there are people still out in D.C. right now protesting? Right now, there are people out protesting in the streets still. They still haven't gone home. But you've moved on. You've moved on. They took down the NASCAR Confederate flag at the NASCAR. You've moved on. You're now Will and Jada Pinkett. Just where the dumb media wants you to be. Just where corporate media wants us to be. Moved on to the next thing. All right, nothing else to see here. So, the only hope we have is that people like yourself, everybody watching the show right now who could be doing something much lighter, just as carefree, is that you aren't doing that right now, that you are engaged and that you'll share it. Because it's important what's going on in our world. It's important to understand what's happening in this country. It's important to hear from your brothers and sisters all across the world, all across this country, all across the world, to hear from those people firsthand and know you're not alone and know what the issues are and not be spoon-fed lies by corporate media. That's the ability of this show, is that people call in from all over the country to tell you the truth, to hear it so you can hear it for yourself, what people in Florida are thinking, so you can know what people are thinking in North Carolina or in California, in New Jersey, in Maryland, in D.C., in New Hampshire, in Connecticut, Rhode Island, in Maine. How else would you really know unless you're there? Meanwhile, because we know what CNN will do. CNN will get a focus group of people handpicked out of somebody's phone book that they know to come in and sit in a group and say whatever they want them to say. Already know what the responses to the answers going to be. And Fox does the same thing. Get a hand-picked group of people, tell you they from someplace, and then tell you what people are thinking, just to persuade your mind, just to manufacture consent. So that's what's up, man. And that was kind of all over the place, but damn it, I just felt the need to say it. And don't forget to become a member of the Tim Black Wolfpack right here. I got love for you. Peace, Johnson. Wolfpack.